since we last spoke, there's been a lot of talk about what's going to happen this weekend with 100 Thieves, hasn't there?
Who's been talking? You've been talking?
We've been talking. Other people have been talking, telling me that they're not too happy with my predictions for this weekend.
You've been getting some angry letters from mom and dad?
Mom and dad, no. My angry letters from my children on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch, yes.
All the kids out there feeling upset.
All the 100 kids getting upset at their dads.
Mad at dad.
Yeah, getting big dad mad.
Well, let the record show, big mad dad over there, that I'm predicting a win this weekend. I'm on record.
Well, you'll have a chance to defend that position as well, because we are joined by, I'm not sure we can call him a special guest unless we mean something different. I don't know. He is a nice dude. That. He is a friend.
What's that voice?
Yeah, who's that voice? I don't even know who's there yet because he's not on camera. All right, real talk. You guys know him. His name is Zach. He's from League Leaders. He's been on the show before, but it's Red Rivalry Week, so we are bringing him on again. Come here, Zach. Hey, good to see you, buddy, man. You look great.
Hey, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Looking good yourself, although you're still in the closet. I thought we talked about this.
Man, I got to tell you, dude.
Oh, okay.
I just saw this. I just have to flex this beautiful apparel behind me, whereas what you're wearing... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Oh, nice. Hold on. Who's...
Nice.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there you are, dude. Hi.
All right. Hi.
Okay, that's I was really... At first I didn't notice at all.
I'm not Pennywise, you guys.
You should have went Pennywise.
Yeah, it's a little more bootleg than Pennywise.
Creepy, I promise.
Like, well, Pennywise, he's competent, and you are not so much.
Well, hang on now. Is that who carries you in the jungle every other week on Rec League? Right? Or the top lane, or sometimes mid lane.
Look, no one carries me. I'm always left behind. Look, here's the disclaimer. Everybody. This is our good friend. This is all in good fun. We have a friendly little rivalry. And why are we so happy and friendly about this rivalry, about who gets to wear black and red in the LCS? Well, it's probably because 100 Thieves is undefeated. So I'm going to take a sip of my 100 Thieves drink here.
Well, it's 9-2.
Tastes like victory. Oh, you're going by game score? All right. I was looking
at game score. But, you're right.
Series,
you're right. You are undefeated.
Series score, we're undefeated, So
For sure.
Feels good.
It feels good. It still shocks me that after a 10th place split, after 4 wins, we still somehow managed to pick up 2 of those off clutch. I honestly do not understand it. I do not.
I don't either. I really don't. I'm baffled. I'd say we're cursed, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that we should have lost more games to clutch, but
I don't know. Kind of sounds like you are, but.
Well, if you look at the team and the performance from spring, I think the argument could be made.
Yeah.
And maybe Cole will be the one to put forward some of those ideas tonight. I don't know.
I'm only here to banter. All right. My prediction has already been made, and I'm going to be crucified for it. All I know is that when we went out to LA in person to watch the Red Rivalry, we destroyed, and
it was
a good memory. The 100 to talk buff is real.
Well,
really quick, let's shout out.
I'm pretty sure you guys started our loss streak, actually.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. You buffed every other team in the league. Us. Wow. Well,
there's a residual effect on the buff.
This time the stakes are a little bit different because we're in kind of a race to the bottom. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. We got to shout out real quick, Ron Jobinson, aka John Robinson, from 100 Thieves in the chat. Hello, buddy.
What's up?
Glad you're here. Maybe you can share some org perspective on how bad we're gonna dominate Clutch Gaming this weekend. But we have some questions for our friend, because sometimes when you dominate somebody in a rivalry so bad, you tend to not quite pay that much attention to what they're doing. So we need you to catch us up on the Clutch Gaming happenings. What's going on with your team? Let's start here. Give us a DeMonte update. He's NA's mid laning hope, right? How's he doing this split and this very large sample size that we have to judge from?
Doing okay. Doing okay. I will say that the losses we've had have both not been his fault, and he also hasn't helped. So it's pretty hard to tell. He's kind of been totally under the radar. It's hard for me because I've got the pro of looking at everyone but DeMonte because I trust him. And for whatever reason, like action happens everywhere that I am watching, and not at all mid lane until Lyra decides to come in mid, and then something obviously happens and probably goes wrong. But I don't know. He's doing okay. He's not top form. He's not week one of last split. Week one of last split, he was looking perfection. Well, but
I do have to get something in right here. I mean, if you're looking purely stats, he doesn't look so bad. I mean, like I said, it's only 2 games, exactly. But he's actually towards the top of mid laners for LCS. So that's a thing for him, man.
Is he still the brave new hope for NA mid laners?
I'd like to think so. I just want him to turn it back up from Brave New Hope to Tanner time. I mean, we haven't had Tanner time in a long time here.
That's right.
Yeah, I missed the meme.
I mean, the clock's right twice a day, even if it's broken. But it's like, I don't know. It's been hitting the wrong time of day, I guess. So I'm really hoping he can turn it back up this weekend, though, because especially against Frog, that's going to be a real test for him.
Well, look, let me tell you this. It is interesting to hear you talk this way because I think we're both in kind of a fatalist mode right now with our teams because we need some dang wins. I will say this. I don't know about you, but we've lost 13 of our last 14 games. Do you have any tabs on
we
what's your
broke
recent
our 9
history?
loss streak. So we've got a little bit of good recency, sort of.
Yeah, it's all relative. Yeah.
It's very, very relative.
Yeah.
I will say though, thank you guys so much for letting us have Cody-san. Because Cody-san is looking incredible. Even in both of these losses, he's putting up just really, really good numbers. And I'm a marksman main, even though I never play it with you guys. So
because a better marksman plays, yes.
Oh, is that what you call it? No. Wow. I'm going to have to redefine that then, because Cody-san is really, really bad then, man. Just,
well, I mean, he's no longer with 100 Thieves, so. But yeah, please tell us how our ex is doing. I mean, every once in a while, your ex crosses your mind, and you think about sending that text, but you don't send it.
Yeah.
So just fill us in. Be that voice for us.
Cody's doing great. He seems to have really brought a great energy to the team. I actually got a chance to interview him. Our podcast will be up tomorrow with our interview with him. And honestly, he seems okay in spite of the 0-2 weekend. Seems to be keeping spirits high and keeping things going, keeping the grindstone and just moving forward. And honestly, I think that's something that we didn't really have last split, is we didn't have somebody that would just keep the team moving. I think we kind of got bogged down in our losses and really couldn't break out of this funk, and that's why we had the huge loss streak. And it took something crazy like Piglet's Aurelia to break us out of it, but I don't know. I'm hoping we just never fall into it this split, to be honest. And really, I think Cody's going to be a big part of that.
Okay, well, that's fair to say. I mean, I feel like as far as mental boom is going, like we're still in the funk from last split. Like it just feels that way. I don't know if it's it's just us like hanging. The storm clouds are still hanging over the fan base right now, and it's
what
it's
helps
a little rough.
to break the mental boom.
Yeah, you got to have somebody who just gets everybody pumped up.
Yeah, winning a game.
Yeah.
So I think we're both 0-2. If anyone missed that.
We can hug it out. It's okay.
This may be, we need to change maybe the approach to this pod. It's just a commiseration session.
Yeah.
But the thing that everyone should be watching out for is we will not both be 0-3 after we play. Do we have first game of the weekend? Is that right?
We have second game actually on Sunday.
So
we won't be 0-4.
Be 0-4.
One of us will be 1-3.
Yeah, we're playing Liquid, by the way. So
Well, hey, they're beatable. They are beatable.
Now we know. Yes, we know that they're
Technically,
beatable.
they're beatable.
Yeah.
Echo Fox, second best team in the world.
That's right.
So
that's right. But yeah, you're right, man. Neither team will be winless at the end of this weekend. Which, hey,
it's true.
We got to be happy for each other then, right?
Yeah, we'll smack talk a little bit on Sunday, and then come Monday, we'll both be like, all right, hey, good job, guys.
Well, who knows? This may be the only chance we have to smack talk all split until round 2 through the round robin. Let me ask you this. What in the world is going on with Piglet?
I don't know. In fact, we asked Cody how the team was dealing with all the drama that's floating around, and he said we're trying to ignore it. So it points to them for just keeping focused and playing the game. But we're wondering, Twitter is wondering, our subreddit is wondering, everybody's wondering.
So no indications if he's going to be back this split.
Not a thing.
Can we get an abbreviated version of the happenings for anybody who's not been keeping up with the Twitter sphere?
Piglet is missing, MIA. He did not show up for our event that we had in Houston with the team. It was actually Cody's son on stage. That was before they had announced him officially on the starting roster.
Which, hold on, shout out to league leaders for the live event, because that's awesome. And I'm jealous.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Anyways, so we had a live event. Cody was on stage, and then it was just a couple weeks later that they announced Cody was going to be on the starting roster. And now he said in our interview just a little while ago that he is subbing for the academy team right now. He's not actively practicing with them. He's counting himself as a sub. Now, mind you, the academy team's 2-0, so who knows? Maybe there's huge roster shakeups to come. But it's very, very interesting, very confusing, and we're going to be pestering them until we get an answer.
All right, let's do this then. So let's take you out of new, unexplored, uncomfortable territory and take you back to something familiar, the same old routine. And that
I'm ready for you to just say, "Oh yeah,
Huni is back to form." All right.
Okay.
What?
I thought you were gonna say you guys beating us. I was like,
no, man, that's too easy. Of course, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I hear at the beginning of every split, it feels like Huni's back to full.
Old Huni.
Can we believe it? Yeah, old Huni. Can we believe it this time? Or are we going to see like another someday 1v2 against him and Lyra where he just totally embarrasses them both?
I'm really hoping not the second one. I couldn't tell you. I think Huni is better than he was at the start of spring, but I think there's still a lot for him to work through. Because he's got an insane pedigree. He's got absolutely insane highs, but we've been seeing nothing but the lows. And honestly, it's been kind of a steady decline since he was on Echo Fox last year. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. Because again, Pro View, I was watching Huni as well, along with Cody and Lyra. And there was a spot where he just had his camera in the wrong place and got totally caught. Ooh. And it's like,
I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that. I wouldn't know what that feels like. I definitely have not live streamed that on Twitch multiple times in the same game before.
No, never.
I mean, Cole, you are a bit lower elo than Huni. I'm just saying.
No, he's a great ADC. He's a great ADC.
A little different.
Just really, really bad top laner.
I just had a realization.
No, I'm just kidding.
That there are multiple plays from last split that Pro View would not cause to age well. I think
for sure.
There will be people going through the archival footage on some of this stuff going forward.
It's not going to be good for players.
No, I am fully with Double Lift here in saying that the bad players are going to get found out and replaced. I hate to see them go because I think they're all great guys. I love just about everybody in the LCS, but man, there's some stuff that's just like, what are you thinking? I would be thinking this, and I know that it's wrong.
Right.
So
spooky.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, this has been fun to banter about this, but let's get a realistic thing going on here. Where do you think our two little teams are going to finish this split? How do you have
start with Clutch?
Start with Clutch, then move on to the Superior 100 Thieves.
I said at the very beginning for our preview episode, I had us at 5th and 100 Thieves at 6th. Straight up. That's what I had. I think there's going to have to be a lot of improvement.
Look at how big his eyes are. Is he a lot?
Super serious eyes right now.
Oh, man. Yeah,
from week one, you're saying.
That's
after,
a tough
after week one.
Yeah.
You're questioning.
There's so much to clean up. And oh man, my dad had us at 8th, mind you. My co-host had us at 8th.
The more wise,
more realistic.
Experienced take. Is that what's going on?
It's looking a bit more realistic, yeah. So I don't know.
And it hurts. It does.
It's a long split.
So your team at 8th going into the split though.
That's what I said. I was like, how could you? And he's like, I'm being realistic. And I'm like, you're an awful person. You have no hope.
Well, look, here's another question I have for you, because we're in pretty much the same position, right? We are trying our hardest not to genuinely hit the panic button after a terrible week 1 and after a terrible split in this previous run. So, do you have any de-stressing techniques? Do you have any coping mechanisms you could share with our fans who are searching and twiddling their thumbs and about to hit the panic button?
Minecraft. Very relaxing.
Everyone want to start a Minecraft server? 100 Thieves Minecraft server?
Let's do it.
Shout out to Stardew Valley as well. It's a bit smaller. You can't have as many people on at once, but just very relaxing, de-stressful games. Totally non-competitive. Like, just chill out. Go mine a tree or something.
Yeah. All right. Did you say mine a tree or find a tree?
Mine a tree. Yeah.
Nice.
You punch the
take
trees
the wood
in
and get the wood. Yeah. And make the crafting table.
Okay. Just chill out.
I like how mining trees is now possible.
So if
10 years.
if the second Red Rivalry shows up this split, and we find ourselves in unfortunate territory on the rankings, I propose we just flip the script and talk about Minecraft for about 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm down.
Yes. Okay.
Call
So
it
that's
call it an episode.
How about instead of a bet between us, this is kind of like not a suicide pact is the wrong term, but like, you know what I mean?
Right.
This is a joint effort where the fatalist take on it, if it happens, we have to do a Minecraft episode together. Yeah. I'm good with
totally
that.
Down.
All right.
I'm good for it, even if we're at the top of the standings.
It's Cole. the word you're thinking about, Cole, is a promise. It's a promise.
We'll okay. Yeah. My mind, I'm in such a dark place right now in fandom. My mind just goes there.
I think it'll be great. We can have some people join our server. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, that's the deal then. I'll tell you this. I am pulling for you guys as a podcast that's just like ours, who's dealing with a tough little situation. We have that camaraderie with each other. So I'm pulling for you in all your other games where you're not facing us. And once we hand you the L this weekend, I will still be there to hug you, pick up the pieces, and help you start again, okay? That is my promise to you.
That's a promise.
It's all right. Regardless of what happens and how bad we beat you, I will still play Maokai and be a frontline for you.
All right.
I got you.
Oh, you know what? What we should do? We should do the responsible thing here, okay? So if we got people listening that want to hear about the Clutch versus 100T, I mean, are there any true strategic points you're going to have your eyes on for this game? Any matchups you're particularly going to be paying attention to, play style things, anything that you want to give some real analysis and commentary? Because let me remind our listeners, Jordan and I are league dumb. We can't give you the cool analysis. Zach's a lot smarter about the game than us. So let's let him speak
now's
on
your
this.
time. Now's your moment to shine.
Straight up, Someday is in better form than Huni right now. But Huni has higher highs than Someday at times. I'm hoping we get ye old school Huni.
Old Huni.
Yeah. And we're
Ye
talking
old
like
Huni.
Yeah. No, we're talking like Shakespearean ye oldie.
Oh my
Huni.
gosh, that is so good. Ye old Huni.
Yeah. And then in the jungle, honestly, if Amazing has overcome his jet lag, he's going to be much scarier than Lyra is. So I think that's a real concern for us. Mid lane, I do think DeMonte has the edge over Soligo, but I think Soligo is very good at just holding his own and not throwing games.
We hope he's a bend not break situation. Is kind of what we've been saying over and over about him.
Yep, and I think he's exactly the kind of player that'll do that for you. For the bot lane, though, I do think we have the edge. Vulcan has been really good all last split. Even when we were looking bad, Vulcan was looking good. And now we've got Cody, who's doing very, very well statistically. If his team does not dive in between two towers and leave him to tank a mid tower that is one hit away from death, you win games.
Fancy that, man. Who would have known that was the way out of that situation?
Advanced tactics at play here.
God. You hit towers,
of
not champions.
Of course, we should mention he also has to not rocket jump straight into the opposition and throw the game.
I have not seen him do that but once, and that
Let
was
me tell
probably
you a story.
the most stressful situation I have ever seen. And unfortunately, I was rooting for Fnatic at the time.
Oh no.
So sorry, guys.
Look, this
but
is
I
not
was
an
glad
EU
to see it.
podcast, so I'm gonna have to bleep out the name that you just said.
I was rooting for. I got you.
Oh man.
I got you.
Jordan, do you have any counters to his analysis of the game that you'd like to share, or any agreeing?
I think if I'm asking anything, or if I'm picking up anything here from chat, it's that you're going to get some question mark pings on your bot lane analysis. But what I will say is, what we know about Cody is, if you give the guy the resources, he absolutely can carry the game for you. There's no question about that. And he did that for us for almost an entire year, and he did it very well. So, a tip of the cap to you, sir. The thing that I will be watching for is, he's a hyper carry player. So can we do anything to disrupt that early on? We're going to need to get down there and mess him up a little bit if we want to hope to keep him out of that range.
For sure.
The mid lane matchup is also super intriguing to me. And when I think about Soligo and Demonte, and we talked a little bit about this as we were thinking about this week coming up on our last pod, is I think Demonte is probably the first matchup we'll have seen Soligo in, and also potentially with the best supporting cast around him, Soligo that is, that this may actually be the first time he can actually, influence the game in a very positive way, not just thinking about not breaking. So I don't know that will happen, because I think Demonte is very good, but these two are the guys who I would consider to be, with the last split as our reference point, I would consider them to be more of the mid to bottom tier. They're not the all-star mid laners, imports.
They're not
Bjergsen,
Jensen,
exactly.
Niski. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
So that'll be a fantastic matchup to watch. I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah,
yep.
For sure. I gotta say though, to counter you gotta disrupt Cody's son early. You guys have not had a great early game, and that's why I'm saying that I think bot lane will go for us, because that's just something that I've noticed.
Yeah,
I think that is a very real.
I think.
Then again, to counterpoint also,
to counter the counterpoint.
Counter.
We throw after 5 minutes, so
well, look. We know if there's anything we've learned about clutch gaming, it's that we're going to play you guys for about 50 to 55 minutes. So
true. It's going to be a banger.
So
it's gonna
the early game won't actually matter. But you're right. Like Bang and Aframu are still trying to find the synergy with each other. For whatever reason, it just hasn't worked yet. Individually, they had great success. Now that they're a team, it has not been so great. It's a little rocky. I don't know what's going on there. But I hope they can figure it out. And I hope they can figure it out real quick, because you're right. That right now, we need that to be doing a lot more for the team. We got one question from Twitch chat for you, and then we'll wrap up here. Let me find it. I just saw it. Okay, this is from coming from Primetime. Yeah, he says Soligo to grow like Nemesis? ?
Oh, that's very interesting. I don't think Soligo is going to have the same kind of opportunity as Nemesis. Nemesis is the mid laner for Fnatic. Anybody that doesn't follow EU, he had
don't
to
say
fill
EU,
Cat's
dude. I already told you no Fnatic,
Sorry,
no
man.
EU.
That's
I should have
the
bleeped
question.
out Nemesis.
This whole
even.
part is just we'll cut this whole part.
Just
I'll
cut it off.
I'll dub in just you saying yes.
Actually, my answer is no. I think it's going to be a very different trajectory. I think that he has the same kind of potential, but I think he's put in a much different situation. Equally stressful, but for totally different reasons.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Well, look, we are, a lot's riding on how well Soligo's going to do for Under Thieves for this split. So we are super hopeful / desperate / sacrificing small animals before the games. So... All right.
Hey, things you can do in Minecraft. Instead of animal sacrificing.
Minecraft really is the solution. If we've learned one thing from doing this show tonight, it's that Minecraft is the solution, and that is a perfect note to end on. So, yes. Zach, we out of ceremonial duty, we wish you good luck this weekend.
Same to you guys.
If we're being honest, we want to crush you, but either way. Yeah. We're still going to be great friends. We're still going to hug. We're still going to write. We're going to be pen pals.
We'll make promises to each other and keep them.
We're gonna get the best friend charms where you have a half and I have a half and Jordan has the third half and Jordan is just kind of the third wheel outsider.
Well, no, hang on. We got to get 2 pendants because obviously my dad's got to have half. He's just
Okay,
he's
fair
already
enough. Fair enough. All right, Jordan and your dad will be
Yay,
best
I don't
friend
have
hearts.
an empty half.
got the awkward third half.
Yeah,
I got
well, someone's got to
third
be.
half.
All right, dude. Have fun this weekend. We're gonna have fun with this as one of the games that's like, hey, we feel like maybe we can win. And then we'll have to check in after this game. We'll have to see who was right, who was wrong, who's crying tears because they still don't have a win, and who is trumpeting their glory of 9th place. All right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
All right, Zach.
hope
It's
so,
been
we
real
can.
as always. We look forward to having you on Rec League also the next time we do that. And
thanks so
we
much.
will check in with you later. Everybody, we love you so much. Miss you already. Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.